Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Design with Roosevelt. Continuing with CSWA Practice Problems, today we'll work on question 7.8. Let's take a look at this question. So in this question, unit of measurement is millimeter gram second. Like always, we need to ensure we are using the same unit of measurement in SolidWorks setting. Now, looking at this question, we have the 3D model, top view, right view, and detail A. My preference is to focus on a right view. I'm going to make a 2D sketch of this right view, and I will extrude that to make a 3D model. Then after that, I will focus on these three cutouts. We have the cross section shown here. I'm going to make one cutout, and then I will use linear pattern to make these two. And eventually I will focus on making this cutout and this cutout. So with this introduction, let's jump into SolidWorks and start modeling this part. In SolidWorks, first we need to check unit of measurement, and you can see that we have millimeter gram second, which is a correct unit of measurement. Now click on the sketch, and choose right plane. Here, because the cross-section of the geometry is symmetric, I'm going to make a center line, and I will model only half of the geometry. So let's click on line command. Let's click on origin of the geometry, go to right, going down, going to left, going down, and going back to this point. Looking at the right view, you can see that the width of bottom section of the geometry should be 200 millimeters. So I click on this point, click on the center line, and this width should be 200 millimeters. And looking at the top view, you can see that the overall width of the geometry from this point to the mirrored side should be 225 millimeters. Looking at the right view, this distance should be 90 millimeters. And now you can see, because the geometry is not fully defined, we have a change in geometry. So again, don't panic, grab this point, and yeah, that should be it. We know that the distance between this line and this line should be 16 millimeters. And the angle between this line and this line should be 45 degrees. And now you can see that we have a fully defined geometry. Now that we have a fully defined geometry, I can click on a sketch, click on mirror entities. And for the entities to mirror, I'm going to select these lines. For mirror line, click on the box and choose this dashed line. And now you can see the preview. Click on OK, and that's it. So that's the final 2D sketch of the geometry. Now that we have a fully defined geometry, we can click on Feature, we can click on Extrude Bus. Because the geometry is kind of symmetric, I prefer to change the setting to midplane. And for the overall width of the extrusion, I'm going to add 850 millimeters. Click on OK, and that's it. So that's the 3D model. That's a base of the geometry. Awesome. So now we have this. We can focus on making one of the long cutout. Let's click on a sketch, and choose this surface. Let's click on center line, because again, the cutout that we want to make is symmetric. Now, looking at section A, you can clearly see the dimensions and the geometry of the cutout. Click on the line command, and let's start from here, go to right, going down. Okay, so that's a rough 2D sketch. Because I want this cutout to be symmetric, I click on this line, center line, this line, and I choose symmetric. Same for this one. Click on the line, click on this line, third line, symmetric. Now click on the smart dimension. Distance from left to right here should be 16 millimeters. This distance should be 25 millimeters. This height should be 10 millimeters. And we also want this line to be in line with this one. So click on both of these lines and choose collinear. Last dimension that we can add here is the height of this section, which should be 12 millimeters. And now you can see that we have a fully defined geometry. So now that we have this geometry, I can click on Feature, click on Extrude Cut, and we can cut all the way to the back surface. So you can either choose 850, or you can change the setting to through all. Click on OK, and that's it. Okay, so now I have this cut out. All I need to do is to make a copy of it. And in order to do this, I can click on Feature, and then I can click on Linear Pattern. Now here, for the linear pattern, for the edge, I'm going to select this edge. For the distance, I go with 65 millimeter. This is a dimension that you can find on a right view. And for the feature and face to select this box, select the drop-down menu and choose Cut Extrude 1. And now you can see the preview. This is great. The only problem is that we only have it on one side of the geometry. In order to have it on the other side, you can click on this box. You can see that for direction 2, we have a symmetric option. If you click on it, SolidWorks will add a second one, which is kind of symmetric with the first pattern. So this should be enough for us to make the cutout. Click on OK, and that's it. So now you can see that we have these 3 cutouts made in this geometry. Next step, let's focus on a cutout that we have here vertical to these cutouts. Click on the sketch, and choose this top surface. Now here, again, because the geometry is symmetric, I click on center line. I'm going to make one horizontal centered line and one vertical center line. Now here, I need to make a cutout. In order to make that cutout, I'm going to take advantage of a slot command. Click on straight a slot and let's make a slot here. Now, because it should be a symmetric cutout, I select the center point, hold Control, select the center line and choose coincident. Distance between top center point and bottom one should be 165 millimeter. Width of this slot should be 40 millimeter. And the distance between this center line and the left edge should be 45 millimeter. And now you can see that we have a fully defined geometry. All we need to do is to cut this all the way to this bottom surface. So click on Feature, click on Extrude Cut. We don't want to go all the way. Click on this drop-down menu and click up to Surface. And for the surface, I'm going to select this surface. Let's be clear. What I mean is this one. And now you can see that the cutout is going all the way to this surface. Click on OK. And that's it. So that's the cutout that we want to have. In order to make it on the other side, I can simply use Mirror Command. So click on Feature, click on Mirror Command. For the mirror face, click on the drop-down menu and choose Right Plane. And now you can see the preview. Click on OK, and that's it. Awesome. So now you can see that we have the final geometry. We made the base of the geometry, we made one cutout and copy that with using linear pattern, and eventually we made this cutout and used Mirror Command to make the other one. So now it's time to check the volume and make sure that this model is correct. Let's go back to the question and check the volume. In the question, you can see the total volume here. This is relatively large number. So it's basically 18,306,608 cubic millimeters. Let's go back to SolidWorks and check the final volume for our model. In SolidWorks, in order to check the volume, you can click on Evaluate and then Mass Properties. And here you can see the total volume. The total volume that we have here is 18,306,607.97 cubic millimeters. If you round up this number, you're going to get exactly the same answer as shown in a question, which is showing our model is correct, and there's no problem with it. Okay, awesome. That's it. That's a wrap for this video. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions or comment about this video, please leave comments down below. Thanks again for watching. My name is Ruzbe. Hope to see you again soon in the next videos.